Okay, then. So things got a bit hairy on my last baccarat adventure. Almost had to come over to blackjack to take advantage of the higher bet limit, but then things turned around, and that's the way things go, you know. And it's like you've got people who say, "Well, you just got lucky with that big bet, you know, and if you'd lost that, then it would have been, you know, everything would have been over." And it's nonsense. You know, you have to have really, really shitty luck to get in deep in any of these games if you're using a betting strategy as sophisticated as a simple strategy like like pattern betting. And I'm sort of like laughing there simply because it is incredibly simple, but it's also very sophisticated in that it's effective, it's logical, it's mathematical, it's just, you know, just sensible. But yeah, it's sophisticated and simple, and not necessarily antonyms. Let me put it that way. So anyway, let's see what we can do. And I'm going to have to break off for coffee and crumpets, I think, at some point. But you know, a bit late up this morning. Terrible, huh? Dear, oh dear. Double for the loss. Whoa. 1-2. Well, that's crap too. Oh dear. 3-4. Not supposed to start like this. This is just like Baccarat. Oh, look. Okay, well, we just made the target 700 to ransom 125. So, you know, that's decent. And that really is how you have to think of it. You're lending money to the dealer, short-term loan. You're going to get your money back with interest in just a minute or two. Uh, is that a plus? Oh dear. Bugger. There you go. Unbugger. Minimum. How dare you? Repeat. Oh, I like those dealer 22s. Love them. Double for the loss. Bugger. 1-2. Oh, look at that. Rats. 22. All right. Back to them in. Double for the loss. Another 22 up there. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the push. +1. I thought there was hell coming there. Well, not hell. You know what I mean. Oh, we're getting a good run going here. Plus max. What? All right, so that's 3-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it, 7-8. Suddenly the good luck has gone. That has to be a split. Ouch. Look at that. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Damn. I like it. You need those. You don't need those. Huh. 1, 2. 3, 4. 7, 8 again. These 8s are working out nicely, aren't they? I haven't really got a feel for this shoe. I don't know which way it's going because it's been seriously up and down, hasn't it? Excuse me. It's a double for the push. Oh, I think maybe it's going our way now. Oops. This shoe. That's it. Plus max. Do it again. Look at this. I mean, it's going nuts. Just, what is going on? All right, this is getting creepy now. Ha! Thank goodness. All right, back to the min. Got a run like that. You do not pursue it. Double for the push. Uh, 51. All right, 2, 3. Goody goody. Double for the push. Don't like these. Like them a bit better. Okay. So we lost a bit of money there, didn't we? 1, 2, I think. 3, 4. Well, that was a lucky one. I wasn't expecting that. I think I did something wrong there. I think I've screwed up. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Back to the min. 22. Plus 1. Bugger. Talk about the hard way. Repeat. I think this is going to be over in a moment, and then I'm going to get me coffee. Look at that. It's a polite way to end it, right? All right. I'll be back. All right, then. So that's the last hand from the last shoe. The last, well, it's a push, isn't it? What the hell was the bet? 25. So we double for the push. Yeah, I've had me bacon and egg sandwich and my first cup of coffee, and now I've got my second cup of coffee sitting in front of me. So there you go, a summary of my little world, which I love. That's got to be a 9, right? Oops. All right, 51. Double. That worked. Oh, I like that 22. Is that a repeat? No, that was wrong. Got that wrong. All right, so I just robbed myself there. Let's call that the next one 100. 125. Oh, that was horrible. But hey, it's only one. It's only one hand. I'm always saying don't get excited about the result of a single hand, and that's absolutely true. I mean, it's groups. That's what we're dealing with. Patterns. We're not dealing with individuals. We don't care about that. But that doesn't mean to say I'm not pissed off. Okay, so let's do that again. All right, so that looks to me like 3, 4. Oh, gotcha. Love it. And you got me. Yeah, ebb and flow, that's what we care about. We don't get excited about individual results. That's a double. Oh, that definitely deserved better. All right. That's another 2, 3, I think. Ah, look at that. Lovely. Back to the min. +1. Another cheeky one. +1. 1, 2. That would have worked without the 3, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was nice. Oops. Double for the loss. Yeah, these guys who these pro losers on YouTube who bet in a kind of weird way, and that they're not at any time taking prior losses into account. So basically, they it's hard to describe. It's basically insane, is what they do. I guess that's a repeat. I do struggle to understand those guys. But I know they're doing a job. They're there to sell the idea that losing is fun. That's got to be 3, 4, hasn't it? 7, 8 now. There we go. Look at that. Get excited about a turnaround if you like, but anything else, yawn. What a waste. Repeat. Oh, I think that might actually have been a something else. All right, minimum. Oh, no, I should not have hit that. Didn't make any difference, though, did it? Because he'd got 18, so. Double for the loss. And that should have been a double. So I buggered that one. I think we'll call that 125 now. Chase it. Ah! 3-4. I like that one. Wasn't sure about that at all. Now, all I was trying to say in my clumsy way is that, you have to have in your head a precisely accurate figure of how much you need to make in order to turn around. What you need to do, and you've got to work hard to make sure that you win more when you win than you lose when you lose. And I know that I sound like a crack record every time I say that, but it's essential that anybody watching these understands that if you don't achieve that objective, then you will lose in the long run. I guess that's a plus. Looks like a double to me. Whoa! Without that 2, that would have been a problem, wouldn't it? That's a plus. That's a double. It's going well right now, for sure. Yeah, that's as high as we go. All right, I think we leave that and go back to the men because we made enough. That's a split again. All right, double for the loss. We pushed one of them. Repeat. Bugger. Double for the push. I think that's good. +1. I wasn't expecting that to get anywhere, I tell you. That's a double for the push. That would be 1, 2. 3, 4. We're on the home stretch, but getting into trouble now. Still 3, 4. Oh dear. I say. All right, I think we came out of that all right. So back to the men. More 22s up there, please. I think that's a plus. I guess that's another plus. Bloody hell. Plus max. This has got to be the last, hasn't it? Okay, should I let that go? Hmm. Hate to let 125 slide. So I'll screenshot that. And we'll repeat it. Okay, so we are now at our 20 minutes and 7637. I like that. I thought it was good. I hope you folks out there enjoyed it, and I will add on the Excel analysis. All right, then. So here's where we're at with the latest whiz session. Two shoes that you just witnessed. Witness is the key word here, because I look at a ridiculous session like this where, I mean, the player edge was 22.4% before I even got betting. I mean, no, that's not right. Not before I got betting. But what I'm saying is, before I started doing the calculations, doing the transcript and all the rest of it, it was completely obvious that we were getting our own way in a way that doesn't happen often enough. But there's one guy busy online whose name doesn't need to be mentioned, but he's crowned himself the greatest blackjack player of all time. And he ended one ridiculous winning streak by shaking his finger at the camera and saying, "You have witnessed greatness." And of course, he's an idiot, because greatness has got nothing to do with it. It's blind luck, mate. And be grateful for it, enjoy it, make the most of it, make sure that you've got as much out on the table as you can possibly get on the table without causing yourself serious risk or hardship or harm or whatever. So anyway, here it is. It's 22.4% player edge flat betting, which just means what it says, which is the actual value if you were betting one unit and you bet this action over here. So you take the 22.4% and the indicated result, the suggested result, is whatever the hell that is. It's just over 4,000, isn't it? We actually, with real-time betting, won 7,563. Exposure was 725. Well, you can read all this on your own. You don't need me. But the most important thing to notice, which I always like to draw your attention to, is average win 221, average loss 123, and that's 180% average win over average loss value. And that matters. You got to keep doing that, even when things are going all your way. You need to keep doing that. So there is where we're at. Let's go down to the bottom and just have a look at the numbers down there. They're not different in any way. But we've got 7,563, action of 18,300, 69.5. This is net, 69.5 plus minus 44. And then gross over here is slightly different, plus 58.43. The difference there is quite simple, and that is that, for me, a natural is plus 1.5. Lots of people will say, well, that's just a win. It isn't. It's a win and a half. And you need to sort of factor that into to your calculations. And obviously things like a Y, which is a double down win, plus 2, not plus 1. And an N, there's one here somewhere. We didn't get very many of those. Is a negative double down, minus 2. And beyond that, W, that's a wash. Which is 0, obviously. And what else can I tell you? I mean, all I know is that we kicked ass, and it wasn't greatness. It was pure blind luck. But the strategy made the most of it, doubling the player edge, which you see here. Going to the algorithm didn't perform quite as well. It made more money, but its percentage was, it built the 22.4 into 27. Much higher action, 30,700 versus real time 18,300. All I can say to you is that there are maybe a few little flaws in the algorithm which need to be fixed, but I'm not chasing them frantically, simply because my point that I'm trying to get across all the time is that the algorithm is fixed I don't futz with it. I don't mess with it. I don't screw with it. I just leave it alone. And the reason that I do that is just to demonstrate that a fixed strategy, which is constantly consistent, disciplined, tactical, blah, 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 will produce results even against a negative data set. This was a very positive data set. We don't get very many of those. Let's just be grateful. The final result was almost the same, 7,663 plus versus what, 7,5 something. The actual result that was shown online was 7,637. So there's a discrepancy there of about 80. But you know what? I'm not going to bloody bust a gut chasing that. I always double check the amounts, the bets, and that's the best that I can do. I mean, there's really no sense in me sort of spending hour upon hour chasing down a couple of bucks here and there. I do remember a buddy of mine years ago in Birmingham in the UK who worked for Lloyd's Bank, and he said that it was absolute murder working for a particular manager when he was on duty. They rotated managers apparently from one branch to another so that everybody knew everybody and the whole bit. And there was one manager in particular that if there was a discrepancy of just a couple of pennies in anybody's till, he would make them stay until they'd figured out where the mistake was. And people would sort of say, well, if I put the money in the till from my pocket, can I go home, please? And this guy would say, nope, 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 nope. I want to see this sorted. You've got to have discipline. You've got to have blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. So that was Mike Briggs. He was a good buddy to me back then. And I hope I was to him. We had our ups and downs, but that's life, ain't it? It's always a danger. You get too fond of anybody and you're going to have arguments, you're going to have disagreements, and you just got to go with the flow. So there you have it. That's not very exciting, is it? I'm much happier if I can see pattern betting kicking ass against negative expectation. But I don't control these things, in spite of what some people like to say. Bloody fools. So I just play through the sessions, put the stuff online. I haven't transcribed every single session I've ever played against the Wizards simply because I just don't have the time, But I try to put up as many as I can, and I certainly make a particular effort to put up the shitty ones, the ones that are really challenging, really threatening, because they have got more to teach us than the easy peasy bloody, walk in the park sessions like this one, which was just ridiculous. Anyway, next time.